Hello everyone, welcome to the Wolf Pack. OmnicientWolf here, and today I wanted to give you a behind the scenes look at what it takes to create a video on YouTube from beginning to end. Obviously, the process differs from YouTuber to YouTuber, but some of these elements will remain the same. So here we go. First things first, recording. I still use the original Elgato Game Capture HD to capture my console gameplay. I use the Elgato Game Capture HD software, and essentially anything that I record on here will be recorded. That includes the gameplay, the game audio, as well as my commentary. So once the recording is finished, we'll have three different files. One will have the game audio and commentary mixed together. One will have game audio separately, and the other one will have commentary separately. At the same time, I record my face cam using another program called EvoCam. Here it is. What I like about this program is that it really records the size that I want of the webcam. I don't necessarily need my webcam in full 720 or 1080p HD. I just need it for that little face cam inside my videos. So I am able to choose that size, and it makes the webcam size, the size of the file I should say, much smaller. Next comes the editing. This is usually the most time consuming part of it all. There's a lot that goes in here. The program that I use is called ScreenFlow. I have a Mac, so I make sure I use a Mac compatible app. I've really enjoyed ScreenFlow. I've tried a few different other programs like Final Cut and iMovie, and they all have their pros and cons. But for me, I find ScreenFlow very intuitive and very user-friendly. So it's pretty easy to pick up, and it costs less than $100. So that's also a nice little bonus. So I just want to show you from beginning to end, more or less what it would look like. So in the beginning, we have here just a preview clip of what's to come in the video. So I like taking like a 10 to 15 second clip that happens in the video that I'm currently editing and put it in the front. So that's what you see here. And then obviously we have the intro, which you'll see here in a moment. There you go. And then after that, we have the video itself. So what exactly does this look like? I'll show you right now. We've got text annotations that I like to use underneath my webcam once in a while to essentially point out something in the clip that I didn't necessarily say in the commentary, but now that I'm in editing phase, I could add it in as a message to you. So I always like starting it off with a quick introduction to what you're watching. Then we have the overlay itself. So the little square around my face cam. We've got the face cam itself. We've got the gameplay, the video component. We have the game audio. We have my commentary, and in this case, since this was a collaboration, I also have the commentary of my fellow collaborator. You'll notice also on these commentary clips that I do have these green bars. A lot of times when you record, the audio is not necessarily, consistent throughout. Sometimes you laugh, for example, that creates peaks, and sometimes you're whispering for whatever reason. So the highs and lows, you want to try to keep it as well balanced as possible. So I manually go to each section and I either raise the volume or lower the volume accordingly. And then at the end of it all, briefly, I include the outro, which you can see here, as well as a clip from the previous video in the series, which I shrink to make it fit into the preview size. Then once everything is confirmed, everything's done to my liking, I go to File, Export. I already have a YouTube preset, 1280 by 720. I usually record and edit in 720p and publish in 720p. So just click export to start the process. I already have a preset name for it. I change it accordingly afterwards and make sure I add the appropriate number and then hit on save. And from here, it'll start the exporting process, and depending on the file size, it'll take anywhere, I can't give you a really estimate, but it takes a bit of time to render it and make it available for viewing. While we wait, I'll show you what happens on the YouTube side of things. So here we go. First things first, I'm going to choose a video to upload. So I haven't uploaded number 13 yet, so that's the next one that I will upload. So open, and here we go. This is how it looks like. Essentially, it's showing you the progress it takes to upload the video. Then we have the title itself, which I'll make adjustments to, the description, which I also make adjustments to, all the relevant tags, so what people would actually search for to find this type of video, and then of course the date and the time, as well as the thumbnail. And also, let's not forget the actual, I'll usually copy paste the title onto here and make sure to share it on Twitter and Google+, and then I'll manually add it on Facebook as well. So this is what it looks like once the process is complete. As you can see right away, I haven't added the main section of the title yet. I usually do that once I watch the video again and make sure that the title is appropriate. I also tend to add that one-liner at the beginning of the description, which I haven't done yet. And if you're asking yourself, why is this video scheduled so far ahead? I've mentioned this before, but I often record and edit in bulk. I have to because I do work a full-time job currently, and it's not always possible to get content ahead of time if I don't do this otherwise. So that's the reason. From the video manager, you'll see the video on the very top. It's the last one we uploaded. This is by order of upload. We'll just click on edit on it. And this is exactly the same, more or less, screen, except this time I have a preview of the video. So I could technically watch the video, add the title that I want, add the description that I want, and make sure I also add that message to the video so that it gets posted on Twitter and Google+, and take it from there. So this is what it would look like once I've added the actual title, the description, and added that title to the message for Twitter and Google+. Just gotta hit save. And then we'll move on to the next section, which is annotations. I only use 3 types of annotations, and you'll see them here. So these are the 3 annotations that I use. The first one is simply a question at the beginning of the video. It could relate to the video, maybe it doesn't. In some way, it usually is connected to the video game. So for this question, I had, what do you think of the humor in Gears of War? And hopefully you, as an audience, would reply to that question. I just love getting the feedback and hearing the comments on these questions, so the answers to those questions. Second type of annotation, there's 2 of them that come at the end. We have the video annotation. So if for whatever reason you landed on this video, you wanted to see the previous video, well, you're just gonna need to click on the outro. And then also the subscription one. So if you want to subscribe for more hows, you would do so by clicking here. We'll apply the changes. And last but not least, we'll go to cards. What I like to do here is go to the midpoint of video and essentially add the playlist for that one. So in this case, we'll go to playlist and choose Gears of War Ultimate Edition, create that card. So once you've reached the middle of the video, you'll see that card essentially appear, showing you the entire Gears of War Ultimate Edition playlist. I like putting these in the middle of the video just because it doesn't really obstruct too much from the experience, the viewing experience. And also, if you made it to the halfway point of the video, chances are you're somewhat interested into the gameplay, into the video that's put forward, so you might want to click the playlist. And that's it. This was essentially the behind the scenes look of how to make a YouTube video from beginning to end, from recording to editing to post-production in YouTube, as well as finally publishing the final output. Hope you've enjoyed this video, hope it's been informational, and if you are a YouTube creator, please let me know how this differs from your process. I'd be curious. Thanks again for joining the Wolf Pack, and until next time. Ow!